Good morning, Rich, the Equalizer Pellegrino, back from the Global Woke Institute studio here in the Atlanta metro area with your daily vitamin or multivitamin. It's been reported today that researchers said taking daily multivitamins reduces memory loss as you age. And or prevents memory loss. And so, really, the purpose of these multivitamins or these daily vitamins messages is to increase our consciousness, our wokefulness, and our memory of what is going on. I've titled this America's Karma. Karma, you can look it up, is a Hindu term that means for every action there's consequences. What are the consequences of your actions? And this series, the short series, is intended to awaken us, or awoken us, if you prefer, to America's karma. Let's just take it, since anyone listening has probably been alive in this century at least. Perhaps not as long as I have been, over 60 years, but in the last 20 years, um, most people have been alive and conscious to some degree that are listening to this. By the way, who is this guy, Rich the Equalizer Pellegrino, and where does he come off scaring the hell out of us with these messages, or trying to awaken us with these messages? Well, you can find out, and this is not a shameless plug for my book, but if you really want to find out my credentials, my new book, which is partly my memoir, called I Am Not White, One Man's Journey from Whiteness to Oneness, is available on Amazon, or contact me if you need. If you can't afford it, it's still only $10 on Amazon, but I'd be happy to give you a copy for a smaller donation or for free, if you're local. Because my purpose is to get these messages out, what I've learned over the last 5 or 6 decades, and share it, with you, with anyone and everyone. And I never say that I know it all, or that what I say is 100% truth. There's my truth, your truth, and then the objective truth that we're all trying to arrive at. However, I've had a rich life besides my name, of experiences, of research, many references in my book. So it's not all opinion, and many experiences halfway around the world. I've lived overseas, traveled overseas, lived around the U.S. in many different areas. But this is not about me. This is about America's karma. What's going on? You can look around and find and see and feel for yourself if you're conscious at all. And so let's look at this century. By the way, the purpose of this again is a call to action. And I'm going to do these messages daily until I see my friends, family, community, organizations taking the actions that I'm proposing, which is basically self-preservation and also preservation of each other, mutual survival, and mutual progress as well. Uh, we want to survive, we want to thrive, and we want to build ultimately a new world order. Dr. King and all the prophets' vision of a beloved community. So if you share that vision with me, that's the purpose of why I'm sharing these messages. So if you look at just this century, okay, at the beginning of the century, we had the tragedy and awakening of 9/11. We had a terrorist attack on our own soil, which it was unprecedented, except for back in World War II when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, which was before most of our time. Okay, so this was definitely a brand new experience, a tragic one for sure. Um, and over just over 3,000 Americans were lost their lives in that attack, along with the attackers. Um, so, but the America had an opportunity then. We had an opportunity then to analyze and find out why do these people, why are they willing to sacrifice their lives, right, in order to attack us, which is a message, right, to send a message. Basically, the message they were sending was leave us alone in our countries, because, yes, if you read true American history or world history, and I recommend the books by Blum, Blum, Rogue State and Killing Hope, and it's the documented history of American interference around the world, interference in their countries, economies, in their politics, trying to control their elections, and worse, as our assassination of leaders that didn't go along with our policies in their own countries. So this was a message: leave us alone, otherwise we're willing to come here, sacrifice our lives, and attack you. But no, we didn't awaken to that message. We didn't try to change our foreign policy of malicious and zealous domination, or delusional domination, or a delusional American supremacy and American exceptionalism, as if we are the greatest and the only great country in the world. Every country is great, every culture is great, every people great. We all have greatness. We all have, positives and negatives, and so forth. So, uh, so anyway, America instead went and invaded countries that had nothing to do with the attack of 9/11, in the Middle East, Afghanistan, Iraq, and decimated those countries, killed the leaders, um, killed over, the estimates are 100 to 200,000 civilians. That's mothers, children, fathers, sisters, brothers, that we call collateral damage. Okay, we lied about the leaders at the time, who, in any fair court would be considered war criminals. Our presidents at the time, our leaders, um, lied to the American public and to the world about the reasons for going there. Our reasons were clear to anyone who's awoke and awake and who've studied world history. Our reasons were to control oil and money and economic resources in the Middle East. That's what it's always about. That's what our foreign policy is about. That's why our standard of living is among the highest in the world, because we repress and oppress other countries' standard of living. It's a joke that our currency is worth 10 times or 3 times or 5 times the currency of other countries. They're not 1/3 or 1/10 or 1/20th of us, of human beings. But anyway, this is American karma. So we protested this war, massive protest ever, the greatest, protest, but still the leaders didn't listen, and they started what became the longest, endless war, that impossible to win, and we just ran out of Afghanistan and that region with our tails between our legs, with the same people back in power when we started that war 20 years ago, the Taliban in Afghanistan. Okay, and so this is the same story over and over again. We go with this delusional idea that we're somehow superior. We have a right to go in and kill innocent people in order to spread democracy. And really, it's to spread corporatocracy, okay, greed, materialism, American materialism. So that's karma, okay? Now we're in the middle of this, doing the same thing in Israel and Ukraine, okay, supporting genocide. And I'm going to cut off the message now. But remember, the purpose of these messages, these multivitamins, is to awaken us on what we can do about this. Our leaders are not going to listen. They're beyond that. They're not true leaders. They're controlled. They're puppets. Okay. And even Obama, who was a great leader, uh, said that he was naive when he thought he could make all of the drastic changes that he wanted to. He did some good things and bringing us health care, insurance, and so forth. But he realized that the president is a puppet, doesn't have much control. Neither does the Congress. They are controlled by money, by lobbies, by bribes. It's a pay-to-play system. So what can we do to survive, thrive, and build? That's going to be the message of these daily vitamins. And it's all about building intentional community. Look it up, okay? And for more information about this, go to our website, howwokeami.org is the Global Woke Institute. We have an Instagram page, Facebook page, TikTok. We'll be posting these videos, and YouTube. I know some of the videos are cut short on some of these platforms, social media. So if you want the full version, either in Messenger, look in Messenger, or look in YouTube. Okay, signing off today, and I'll be back with the message on American karma, what we can do about it to reverse it, and to bring about really peace on earth and goodwill to all men. It might be a cliche, by building the beloved community, a beloved intentional community that Dr. King and all of the prophets envisioned. Okay, ciao. See you tomorrow.